Well, Chad, why don't you take it away, sir?
It was complete.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to a new episode of Round 5 on 5th.
Through the
Three
magic of mitosis.
3 on 5th.
Yeah. And I know it's not morning. But welcome everybody. We got Matt Beard with us.
Back.
Unfortunately, actually, we could kind of all scoot in now because there's only 3 of us
I'll
today.
be in the middle this time.
Yeah, kind of a odd day. You know, people out shoveling up here and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that.
Let's see, get rid of some of this stuff. We don't need
booze?
we don't need trash.
It's very good for you. Builds character.
Does it now? Does it? This is our monthly live stream. We had some small technical difficulties with the mics. Don't ever buy audio cables off of Amazon that are not branded with a known brand.
Well, I mean, who knows? You might luck out
Occasionally.
Yeah.
So no, we I was just like, I wonder if it's this cable. I've literally done everything else.
This one? Yeah, that one.
Oh,
none of us
smoky.
have even lit up yet and whatnot. We're kind of slow off. Matt, introduce yourself if you like.
Hello there. My name's Matt. I am a frequent of these delightful cigar shows. I'm not necessarily on the camera though, so it's kind of fun to be part of the action. And I'm glad to be here.
He's a senior editor at one of the most prestige newspapers here in town.
That's right. I couldn't name one if you asked me. Besides, maybe.
Are you going to say the Weeb Weekly?
I don't know.
The Weeb Weekly.
Let us know if our audio is okay. I had to completely rebuild the setup within 5 minutes.
Hello, Chip.
Hello, Chip. Ooh, I almost feel like I can turn down the ISO a little bit with our new.
I don't know anything what you're saying because
you're saying the sensitivity of the camera can probably be dialed down.
Well, I mean that's something that we should have for the next videos, not this one, since we're already a little bit late.
Mm-hmm.
Chip, what are you smoking tonight? Drinking anything good with it? Personally, I've got a little bit of a lung issue, so therefore I am just gonna have water today and fill my lungs with tobacco,
As God intended.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. He's got another one up already.
Oh God, I hate this thing. Everything about this is just horrible. It destroyed my cigar.
Something is good is all I can read underneath the blurred out area that he has the cursor over.
God, I destroyed that. All right. Let me go ahead and get that pulled up here. Audio is good.
Audio's good. Thank you.
Woo! Thank fucking God.
You swore, man. Now we're not going to get monetized.
Oh, we're demonetized now.
Again.
We're just drinking silly juice and smoking fake cigars.
This one's fake. Tastes good though.
Has your mom? No, your mom's really nice.
She's really nice.
Yeah.
She makes cookies.
So,
vegan cookies, which are the weirdest thing ever.
Let's yeah, that is weird.
No, gluten-free cookies. That's what it is. It's all gluten-free, right?
Yeah.
She's off that now?
Yeah.
Man, I remember she would give us like zucchini bread and it would be delicious for like 2 hours and then it would like melt.
It happens. It happens.
It's good, but like you can't store it in a bag. Like you have to eat it same day or else it just turns into a rock or it turns into pudding. Which it's still delicious. It's just like you shouldn't have to slurp bread out of a bag.
Yeah. That's not good. So last month we did we started up the giveaway thing again. We got, let's see, how many people from last time? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Pick a number, Matt. 1 through 11.
1 through 11. I would probably pick lucky number 7.
7?
That's a pretty good one.
Well, Mr. Carlos Pereira.
It was Carlos?
Carlos Pereira.
My man.
Gets one of our good old branded...
I actually cleaned these recently.
What are these? The growlers, our travel growlers.
Oh, it looks nice.
Chip, by making a comment, you are in for the next month's giveaway. We're doing another one of those.
Mhm.
I don't know why we have growlers though. It's like
Ooh, he's got a meerschaum.
nothing you can
Meerschaum
really
Bulldog
do.
pipe and drinking some
Glendronach.
18 year.
Yeah, it's a Glendronach. That's a good
Mhm.
one. I like that one.
Glendronach.
So if you guys want to be eligible for the giveaway, we got 7 more of these things left. We're going to be giving away.
It's really nice.
Just make the comment in the either whatever one you're watching on Instagram, Facebook, or this YouTube channel that we got, and we'll toss you in there. Doesn't have to be anything of substance either. You can just say hi.
So let's bring in some high energy here after that. So we're gonna
What do we got?
Yeah, you're gonna toss in a picture of your silly lighting.
I mean this pretty high speed, you know.
Whoa, what's going
You
on?
didn't know we could do that?
That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
So, like-
show our cigars on.
Yeah, we got our cigars. So like me and Chad are having the Johnny Tobacco Knot. You got your little happy Johnny Appleseed-like character in a spacesuit with
Mhm.
leaves and a shovel, marching off to space to spread the word of the Emperor.
But not only is he off in space, he's going to the room of 101, who it's made by.
Thank you. Also, it comes in like a really fancy wrap, which I
Fancy
quite-
wrap with the
enjoy.
little tissue paper around it.
It's a tampon, but
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Basically. And then you should show that fancy lighter. Like, not a lot of
Hmm?
people get to see a DuPont.
What? Oh, well, I don't tell what I'm smoking first.
Okay, what are you having?
All right, so I have the tea, which was supposed to be the truth, but apparently they got copyrighted and they weren't allowed to do that. So they are the tea. Oh, I gotta see
Yeah,
it
it's
on the
like if you
screen.
put it in there. It's
I don't-
focal points
yeah.
down here.
Ooh, it's beautiful. It's a decent logo on there. It's got 3 keys. There's an AJ Fernandez and a Matt Booth. And who's the last one?
Caldwell.
Caldwell.
Mhm.
So this is their,
Triumvirate.
yeah, their triumvirate. That's probably what the 3 keys are for, not going to lie.
It's probably
Yeah.
I just
for.
realized you can't see it still.
I was gonna say it's probably a party
just
of
leave it
some
right
sort.
here
It's
for now.
for.
So looking it up, it's a Nicaraguan Puro. The wrapper itself seems to be in okay condition. I see some, I definitely see the seams. It almost looks barber pulley with how,
Yeah, it looks like a Maduro, like a Habano and something else.
yeah, how different the leaves are on it. And then as you can kind of see along the edge here, part of this stem. But it doesn't look, I mean, besides the different coloration, it looks like a good one. It's a box press style. I don't exactly know the size. I apologize. I wasn't really paying attention to that.
Looks like a Toro.
I was gonna say it's below average
Mhm.
if going by Alaskan.
Below
standards.
average. Oh my gosh. This is, I don't
And-
know about that.
Maybe we should talk about lighting on.
Yeah. So I used this monstrosity here.
What
a
is it?
little fan
Yeah, but it's like woo.
flame there.
But it's turned up to 11, so it caught the entire end of the cigar like instantly on fire without actually burning anything.
And see, that's funny because I use this 4-burner,
Those
and
things are invincible.
it lit the thing up, but I only got the little bit of a toasting on the end, and it turned out pretty fantastic.
Yours
Yeah,
is-
don't you just light the end of the Solomon? Just a little.
Yeah, you're not supposed to light the half
I
of the
wasn't
cigar.
trying to.
When,
Okay, like the flame on
I
this.
assume that's because you suck hard.
Well, I mean golf balls and hose, but the flame on this is hot up to here. So like I barely went and it smoked the whole end, and I'm like, well, fuck, I ruined
Well,
the
I'll
end.
show you guys what a real man's lighter is.
Wait,
Check
wait,
this
before
bad
you open
boy
it.
out. Oh, it feels so good. You got dual flame action,
nice soft flame.
and then it also has a jet flame on it too.
press in for it.
Oh yeah,
That's
very
nice.
nice, very nice. Love this thing.
So we're gonna.
You know, ST.
Probably a little spendy.
It was definitely not cheap.
Yeah.
Oh, chips like, ping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got that. It's got that vibe.
Oh man, I need to get me a meerschaum. I'm reading your comment on there, smoking some Escudo and a meerschaum bulldog pipe, and I will have to get myself a meerschaum pipe. I don't know what to get for the design though. Just the options are limitless. I really do enjoy smoking my pipe. I got my dad into smoking pipe too, so we kind of sit out by the fire and smoke pipe every once in a while and have a great time.
Most horrible idea. I don't know if it exists. Velcos.
No, they're not going to do something like that. No,
you could get an octopus monster thing.
I think would be really cool if they had a tortoise one.
Well, they probably do.
That's what I'm saying. You can get like this, like not necessarily a turtle, but a tortoise one. I think that would be really cool. I'll have to look for that. But
you should ask someone who's of Celtic descent to pronounce tortoise.
Yeah, is it funny? Different?
They say tortoise.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
I always thought it was funny. Like,
excuse me.
I was like a slew when I was in Ireland. For some reason, tortoises came up in conversation, and they said tortoise, and I'm like, what? Tortoise? You know, tortoises.
Tortoises?
You guys smoke pipe?
Not often.
I do occasionally. You've seen me do it.
Oh, that's a good point. I could probably commission something. That's a good idea. I may have to. I'll have to look for makes and stuff though. Generally,
your sham's going to be expensive.
Oh, it's
a custom
50. I guess maybe a custom one could be, but
yeah.
I usually smoke right now. I like the Savinelli stuff, so I have a few Savinelli pipes. I like the. I'm a huge fan of the balsa wood filter. I love that. Some people kind of not their thing, but I like the fact that it absorbs some of the
oil,
and it helps me from getting.
So you don't sound like you're smoking a hookah at the end.
Yeah.
Well, also that tongue bite really has deterred me, but I'm shit at smoking a pipe.
Oh, dude, cigar is way more tongue bite than
no.
What?
No, I get the oils popping in, hitting my tongue, even after using a filter and all. I just cannot do it right.
You have a.
It's my fault. It's not the tobacco.
You can always go with the church warden.
Yes,
those they're really nice.
I mean, the thing with Chad is, and me as well. We've both experienced this. We're fucking vacuums. Just.
Well, I mean.
You do have to watch your
comparatively. You got that down.
I'm just. I was gonna make a Trump joke about deep throating a mic, but that's probably not the best way to go right now.
Yeah, next month.
So too soon.
Well, you do got to go out and vote. I went in today. I went and got my sticker. It only took 2 hours in line.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
2 hours in line.
Last presidential election, I went on the day of, which was my birthday.
It was so bad.
No, I went on the day of my birthday to go vote. There was no one there. I waited for maybe 5 minutes because they only had a couple people there manning the booths, and they had to get one ready. And I just went in, voted, and walked out.
They also probably only had they had the mail-in voting going on, I think, for it. So a lot of people probably did that instead of going on in.
Also, voter turnout apparently is
pretty high.
At an all-time record high.
Well, good.
The entire country is actually very concerned about what's going on. Nice. Which, I mean, good and bad. That's a good outcome. That's a good outcome. Good. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, we lost our 2 viewers.
You can mission any design you want.
That is a harsh one to Retro Hill. Let's talk a little bit about the cigars. So yeah.
Oh, holy shit!
Yeah, I did a little bit on accident. Good job.
That's like citrus oil and white pepper through your nose.
So I lighten up. It is a good pepper spice mix. Just going to town on your nasal cavity. Just beating away with that Retro Hill.
Let me try again.
And I accidentally hit it up with just a little puff through the nose.
Okay, there we go. I'm used to doing like a big mouthful through the nose. Yeah, a little bit ain't bad, but like if you get a big mouthful, it'll burn.
Yeah, that's gonna hurt you.
I mean, I was reading the reviews on this, and I guess Johnny Tobacco Knot they came out with in 2015.
I think it was
a seasonal release.
Yeah, I think this one is a 2023.
Yeah, 2024, and it's a new one that they released as a permanent release going forward as of mid-year this year, and it'll be a standard in their line, and it's supposed to be a 2.0. I guess the original one, Room 101, was going through a different factory. This one's actually rolled by AJ Fernandez with some input from him. And they also went from Nicaragua all the way down to a Ecuadorian wrap and a San Andreas binder with Nicaraguan filler. So
Well, I got the Mexican binder, but yeah.
yeah, it's supposed to be Mexican.
San Andreas, the same place, yeah.
And that's where the pepper's supposed to come from.
That's an Ecuadorian wrapper?
Yeah.
I'm
Ecuadorian
used to them
Connecticut.
being dark, like a really dark ones.
I've
That's what I
not.
normally go
I gotta
for.
be honest. Like this has citrus. This would be fantastic with an old fashioned, or like some sort of citrusy drink, like a rusty nail, something sweeter.
Get me my my Mai Tai. Something like that.
You know what that's Vietnamese for, right?
Not a clue.
Dumb
Dude.
fuck.
Aw.
No.
Yeah, give me my Mai Tai.
Give me my dumb fuck.
But yeah, so a lot of pepper, a lot of spice in this thing so far.
Citrus for sure.
I mean,
That's
through
what
the
the burn.
retrohale a little bit, yeah.
A lot of the burns from that, but I don't like spicy hot cigars, but this is not like the Filthy Hooligan. This is like kind of nice backgroundy spice, if that makes sense.
I'm having more hope for it getting through to the middle.
It is mellowing out.
Yeah.
And it burns beautifully, and it definitely has some oils in it because the smoke coming up from it is reminiscent of a fucking crooked ghost.
And for you, Matt, how's yours turning out?
Well, I was expecting a lot more on the punchy side, this really strong flavor, due to this being
It's more mellow.
AJ Fernandez blend. That's normally what I expect from them. This is much more on the smoother side than what I was expecting, which isn't a negative in any sort of way. It just wasn't what I was expecting. Definitely on the more light, very, very hint of cocoa, less like baking spice, more cocoa, and get another one on that. It's super easy to retrohale, smooth, a little bit of creamy on the mouthfeel, but nothing super crazy.
Golfing cigar.
This is nice. No, and the flavor. I mean, the flavor itself, nothing. It doesn't taste anything super complex, but very tasty. I enjoy this flavor. This is something I would definitely smoke.
Okay.
You know, one thing I just tried is sticking my tongue up through the smoke as it comes on in, and I can taste that
like a
that
lizard.
little bit of citrusiness
even
that you're talking about.
I don't know. I tend to pick up citrus pretty easily. Well, I also favor citrusy things in general. Like I crave it. I crave citrus all the time.
Mhm.
So like,
You know, you also can smell a fart like 2 hours after it happened. So you got this weird thing with your
I can.
taste buds. Oh yeah.
Did you fart in my space? And I was like, what the fuck stinks down here?
2 hours later.
Chad, I love you, but something some days crawls up your ass and dies.
And it tickles your nose.
Hours on end. It's a gift that keeps on giving.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yep. Man. Mm-hmm.
Did you just fart at the same time?
I farted at the same time? No.
Okay, that was the chair creaking.
Yes.
Okay. Damn frogs.
What do you have against the French? This guy. Freaking being all sorts of evil over here.
So, what do you got? Where did you just come from? Were you in Kotzebue, or are you allowed to talk about it?
I was.
I know you were wearing sunglasses when you were there, so you were undercover.
I was in Kotzebue a little bit ago. All last week I was in town, which was nice.
That is nice.
Yeah, it was nice. But next week I am going back to Kotzebue now that you bring it up.
Why Kotzebue?
Well, apparently they had a flood of some sort. It took out a lot of things, and so I'm going to go fix them. Hopefully.
Just scales.
Yes.
You're not going to go do other instrumentation.
No, just
Maybe
just
one
scales,
day.
Just scales. I was in Dutch Harbor.
Now, hold on.
I started doing stuff.
The flood that happened, did it drag a lot of material with it, like mud and whatnot?
I don't have
So
no idea.
it's probably going to be another one where you have to clean it out. Because I think if you
It could. Well, apparently some of the places like it had inches of water in their place, and you may not know this. Most floor scales are on the floor, and they don't like water. But yeah, I was up over in Dutch too, working on some hopper systems, putting some of those in.
nice.
That was pretty cool.
Hopper systems.
Yeah, for like weighing fish.
Oh, so you put the fish in there, and as it's going through, it figures out the tonnage.
Yeah, so what'll happen is it'll dump fish into the hopper, it'll weigh it, and then it'll dump it out of the hopper.
That's cool.
And so kind of in batches sort of deal. And yeah, it was it turned out well. So far it's been functioning how it's supposed to, but we'll find out when they actually start running fish in January. So
It's gonna be a little while.
it is a little bit, and I think they're gonna bring me back up there to watch over it as they recommission it sort of deal.
I mean, Dutch Harbor, as far as like locations you can fly out to, I've been out there a few times. It's not bad, actually. It's actually a nice little town.
They have more than one grocery store. That's pretty legit.
uncommon.
Yeah. No, that's
Do they
pretty
still have
legit.
a legit bar out there?
They have many.
Wait.
That's what I thought.
I was about to say they have 2 grocery stores, but only 1 bar.
No, they got
Something's going on here.
I was able to hit up. All right, Wednesdays.
Uh-oh.
Hear me out. Wednesdays at the Grand Aleutian in Dutch Harbor, all you can eat seafood buffet, including crab.
It came right off the fucking boat and
For
went straight there.
$65.
65. That's not bad.
It is not bad, and I ate well more than $65 worth of crab.
Do they buy it direct from the processing plant or the ships?
I don't know,
They,
but they also have like ahi tuna.
That's
and
sketch.
They have, so they make it like poke, and they just make different ahi tuna stuff. They have, if you want prime rib, they got prime rib. Every type of dessert you can think of. They have salads that I didn't touch.
I mean, they have
ceviche.
Would you trust
chowders.
that stuff out there?
Oh yeah, you bet.
Is it just?
I ate it.
Is it just the people coming off like from the fishing boats with fresh checks? Just bam, hit them right up, or I wouldn't expect something like
They
that.
do
to
it
thrive
every Wednesday.
every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday
It is
at the only hotel.
They have what, like 1,500 people out there?
I think way more than that.
Okay. I mean, year round is what I meant.
Probably way more than that.
Because I remember them being roughly the same size as Seward, with just a much more developed harbor.
No. Seward only has 1 grocery store.
Yeah, I think they got more stuff than Seward. I think
Okay.
I think they're more populous too.
I was there in the
It's
late.
popular. Maybe not. Maybe not.
It's a thriving town.
They're doing pretty good. And then when people come in, I mean, they always have people there, like for fishing,
And tourism.
and they bring. There's hundreds. Each company brings in hundreds.
Yeah.
So there's tons, and then they got Akatan right off the water and everything too.
You know, one thing I find weird about Alaska is that, you know, everywhere in the States where there's a town, you can drive to it if it's not an island, you know? Alaska, you really can't do that, which kind of sucks, because I want to explore all these places, but I don't want to fly to them.
You gotta fly.
You have to fly.
If I
No.
could take a ferry,
Well, yeah, take 3 days traveling.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, thank you.
You just go from port to port.
I mean, if our marine highway system was the way it used to be, you could take a ferry out there.
Yeah, but nope, don't want to.
That'd be cool.
I'd rather drive to these places.
Not out on the chain.
Yeah.
No, you're thinking southeast.
And Kodiak and some of the surrounding areas.
Yeah, central to southeast. Yeah.
Now I can get all the way far as north as I want to go, but
You can drive. There's road all the way up. Very top.
been there. Yeah, worked up there. Not
Did you
as
drive?
fun. No, I never drove up it.
No.
Can you imagine that? Fuck, I am flying.
I've had people come back and get a couple of cigars that were like, man, we wanted to go from the furthest south in Florida all the way up to the furthest north in Alaska. I'm glad we're back now because there's nothing up there.
Yeah, it's barren wasteland.
Yeah, it's not a fun drive either, especially on a motorcycle. Why are you doing this to yourself?
The BMW.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
Little expedition bikes. Yeah. You see
They
a
weren't
bunch of them
doing it.
running around.
They weren't doing it on a Sportster, which is what I did from here to Seattle, and that is hard enough on your ass.
Yeah, I drove my Harley up to the slope.
One of
Oh,
my
good.
eventual retirement goals, if I can do it, is to take my Jeep down to the southern tip of Argentina and do the Trans-American Highway all the way up to Prudhoe Bay.
Good luck.
Well, you have to take a ferry at certain points because the highway is now unpassable because cocaine. So you don't want to go through there. So you got to go around and like skip like about an 80-mile track.
Or you just have a shit ton of cash on you and you'd be like, free safe passage.
I'm pretty sure it's just BYOC.
Bring
Yeah.
your
Oh
own
yeah.
cash.
Yeah.
No
Cocaine.
Oh.
Oh, one thing I found out over the last week is that pumpkins like to do cocaine.
They'll
It's a
grow
little-
towards it.
No. It's a little video series of pumpkins having a party, and they in the little song they do, pumpkins like to do cocaine. It's just one pumpkin just bringing cocaine around, and then they all die. They all get massacred in the
Well, I
end.
know what we're watching after this.
I mean,
Yeah.
You know what I just rewatched?
What?
Too Many Cooks.
oh man, I don't even remember what that one is, but I know what you're talking about
They
for some
had
reason.
there was a special on the radio that was they were talking to the creator of it, and I was just listening to that, and I'm like, well, I gotta watch that now.
It's only like what?
Oh,
One of these.
Yep, I
There
chilled
we
it.
go. Well,
It did even out though. I will say that.
that's good. Yeah.
All right, you got your first third. What are you thinking?
If you like spice, yeah.
It does mild out.
Pepper milded down a little bit, but the spice is still there, pretty strong.
I mean, it has to flow.
It does. But you're a little bit further than me though, so you're about to the ring here.
Mhm.
What do you got for halfway?
Still get those baking. I would call them almost Oliva-esque baking spices in the background.
Yeah.
Which, not my go-to. I didn't expect it to turn into that. Still pretty strong citrus, no creaminess, maybe some earthiness to it, but it's very citrusy, little mild burning sensation. What Oliva calls baking spices. Nothing much more than that. It's definitely, like with the citrus, a very unique flavor profile. I've not had a cigar quite like that.
The
It reminds me of like an amped up version of Breakfast in Portugal, which I really do enjoy.
the review I have up is just way too fucking long to read, so I can't even say what else it has in it except for just stopped right here at lemon cream or creme, chocolate malt. Though I'm not getting any chocolateness out of
Not
it.
chocolate, but malt maybe, like a malt flavor. I could see that.
This is my favorite though, spicy foreskin.
Wow.
Spicy foreskin.
Foreskin.
I mean, I'd call that smegma, but yeah, sure.
Yeah. And then cinnamon crumble. Don't know why spicy foreskin, but
It has a good draw. The build quality is fantastic.
yeah. Well, the first little draws were horrible because it comes down to the little point
It's just
on the front end.
Bam! Punch in the nuts.
But once you get it going, once you get that little ember built up,
Mm-hmm.
it starts flowing really nice.
Like I said, man, the spice has to flow.
Matt, what do you got? You're down past the first wrap.
I have no qualms with this cigar. I'm going to start out with that. This is quite enjoyable. I've been puffing on it pretty hard. I normally, when I'm smoking a cigar, don't actually smoke it even this fast. I'm usually a very slow smoker. Usually pause to drink more often, but I've been kind of huffing on this thing, and it has kept up just fine. Burn is very nice on it, even for it looking like a barber pole. The actual burn has been great. I ashed once so far, and flavor, very one note on the flavor, but it is delicious. I'm enjoying this. I like it a lot.
Excellent.
Yeah, no, so I don't normally like hot cigars, spicy cigars like this, and I quite enjoy it. It reminds me of, again, I like a lot of Room 101 cigars. They all have kind of like this spice profile in the background, and I'm starting to learn that, yeah, maybe they do all kind of have a citrusy note, which I think is what I'm seeking out.
Mm-hmm.
And I do enjoy this. It reminds me of the breakfast in Portugal, except that spice profile's turned up 3 notches and the creaminess is gone.
Shoot, what was the snowman one?
That one was just that was like this.
That was Miami Snow, wasn't it?
Yeah, with an angry snowman.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was breakfast in Portugal, angry snowman, and muzzleloader. I didn't like the muzzleloader because it just wasn't good.
Yeah, it wasn't the best
They still
of the
make 'em.
3. I think they make the Miami Snow also.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they do.
Breakfast in Portugal, I haven't been able to get my hands on yet as a remake. But the one I'm really trying to start to pin down is the Lady with No Face. I think maybe it's Lady with No Name. By oh God, what is the tobacco company? Something.
There's no name.
Yeah, it has no name.
West Tampa,
No, it's Deadwood. Deadwood Tobacco Company.
the lady with no face. Is it just a paper bag over some lady's head?
No, it's like the silhouette of eyes and whatnot.
Ooh, spooky.
Yeah, spooky.
Halloween one.
So hopefully we'll get that one in here soon. But we'll probably pick these up and maybe get a few of them on the shelf, see how they do.
I don't dislike
I know a lot of people really do like the complexity of some of these things, and we don't have much of anything that has like that lemony kind of flavor to it. So
it is different. I wish it had a creaminess
very
with it.
odd.
Too.
Yeah, very different. I mean, odd, I guess, isn't the perfect word for it, but it's just a different flavor than I'm used to.
You're selling me on it. I'm gonna have to try that.
Definitely try it out.
I'm actually, you may not know this, I like the pepper stuff. Like I can enjoy a nice strong pepper cigar.
Yeah.
I usually have to be in the mood for it, but
You should smoke the Punisher.
I generally, when I smoke my cigars, enjoy pairing it with something that has a very similar flavor profile.
Yeah.
Instead of using your drink as a cleanser, I usually have it so that it kind of melds with it a bit. In fact, I kind of forgot to mention what I was drinking. I got some Ardbeg Corey Vrecken. This is probably my favorite Isla Scotch. So if you guys are needed an Isla recommendation, the Corey Vrecken's my favorite. The Ugdgal is another version of this, is slightly less harsh, more sweet sort of deal. But if you like Isla smoky stuff, this is a good one to go for, and it's pairing really well with this.
I'm bad with Scotch locations.
Isla means on the sea.
Isla tends to be on the smokier end.
Yes. No, that location. That's what it's known for.
What's the one that tends to be on the sweeter, more fruity end?
Canadian.
The Highlands are what I like when I'm looking for that sort of stuff. Probably, let's see, what are some of my favorite Highland scotches?
So I recently had a couple Isla scotches that weren't super smoky. There was a tiny bit of peat tang in the background, but they were very much on the fruity.
Space.
side.
Yeah, Chip, you're right too.
Yeah,
Some of them space sides can do that as well.
I'm thinking of a space side. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, space sides are nice. I generally prefer a Highland, but the space side has their own little thing going on with it.
Yeah, I'm more of a fan of space sides, unless I like Lefroy. I like Lefroy's smoke profile fantastically. It's also the first Scotch. Actually, it's the first adult beverage I ever had.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed it, and it's like a thing with me and my grandfather.
I think with the Lefroy, probably my favorite one is their Select. Was it like their
Distiller Select?
Yeah, that's probably my
Distiller's
favorite
Edition.
one.
That's what it is.
Yeah, that's probably my favorite one of theirs.
I think that's the first Scotch you had too, because it was at my house, and I'd gotten it from my. It was Lefroy 16 Distiller Select.
No, that's not Lefroy. You're thinking of the Lefroy's a different one. It's not a 16-year. They make a 10-year, and then the Select version. You're thinking of the
Lagavulin.
Yeah.
Lagavulin.
I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. Maybe how you pronounce it.
The big L.
Yes. They made a Offerman edition. Yeah, thank you. They made an Offerman edition too, which I wasn't as big of a fan. Honestly, I prefer the 16 over the Distillers. I mean, that might be a hot take, but I think the 16 is my favorite one of theirs.
I like every once in a while the Distillers is ever so slightly better. It is different though.
I didn't like the flavor profile as much, but I haven't tried any of their more recent ones. I think the last Distillers Edition I had was probably like 5 or 6 years ago. Yeah, the 16. I mean, it's so good, and you can get it reasonably priced. You can find it on sale. Like I bought it at Fred Meyer's,
Yeah.
like for cheap. I was like, what? What's going on? They just happen to have it on sale up here. I don't know if everyone's watching is in Alaska, but everything up here is super expensive for like for whiskey or for anything that you want to enjoy. It's expensive, so that's just how it goes.
Yeah, no, I think the last Distillers Edition I bought was $87.
Oh yeah,
It was a while ago.
oh wow, 87
I
wish.
I was in the shop looking for something to get my grandfather for his birthday, and I was like, you know what? I used to give him Distillers Edition every year for his birthday. So like I went to go get that, and it was $180.
180?
It was 180, and then it was 140 everywhere else.
Wow.
And I was just like, I love them, but I don't love them that much. And I was telling the dude at Allocated, like, last time I bought this, it was sub $90. And he's like, where? And
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like,
I was like,
7 years ago.
Jeez,
He's like,
that's
okay.
crazy.
He's like, yeah, whiskey and scotch has outpaced inflation like fivefold. And it has.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't know. I don't drink that much. The last bottle I got was from Allocated, and it was their Good Times, which is fantastic, but that's also like $100 bottle.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I think I ended up getting them a barrel pick they did with a company out of Scotland. I forget what it was called. It was pretty good. So Alaska.
Snow.
Oh my
God
gosh. Snow blowers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If anybody wants to buy a snowblower, I'll have one for sale here. No.
I'll sell it at twice the price.
Yes. No, I gotta put a motor on one of mine, and
God, just get one of those Predators.
no, I've got good errands right now, which is fantastic. And that's my user, while the other two are ones that kind of killed themselves. So I've got to get them running again. They killed themselves 2 years ago, 2 winters ago.
With the first big snowfall.
Yeah.
Belts or engines?
Both.
How did you launch the engine?
Well, the engine just killed itself somehow. If you can get it running, man, I'll put that one back on there. But yeah, I couldn't get started again, no matter how many pulls I did. So I just said, screw it. I'm gonna get a secondary engine, put it on there, and I started getting it going, and it started eating belts because another piece on it broke off, and so I made a piece out of Kydex or no G10 to replace it, and I haven't put it back on yet. So I am.
What's the current snow count for Anchorage? Do you guys know?
I think it's over. It was 7 for the first one at least, because it was over the first step on my porch. So that's at least 7 inches, and then we got another couple inches after that. So I'd say about 15 at most.
Let's see, Anchorage current snow accumulation.
Either way, I had to get my driveway done before it started melting, so it didn't all turn into an ice block underneath. And
this one's showing.
I came home and my kids were just putting the shovels away.
Oh, very nice.
They didn't use the snowblower at all.
That puts hair on their chest.
Yeah, I was like, thanks, guys. And then I came back the other day after it snowed, and it's all packed down because Mandy pulled it in out of the driveway, so now it's all ice. And I'm just
my rule is the first snowfall, I will shovel it by hand.
Mm-hmm.
That's the rule. I missed the first snowfall. I was in Dutch Harbor,
so May was out there.
No, it just yeah, no, it was that's usually my rule. So I appreciate my snowblower more.
Oh yeah, no,
I have to get it ready
every time, man. So
I'm tempted to get one of those electric ones.
Destroyed the first one, got another one for free, which only threw snow from me to you, and so I gave that one to Lori, and got myself an errand. It's brand new, fucking awesome.
Hers just needs a new belt, as far as I can tell.
Maybe. I
Yeah.
mean, I got to take it back to the house and play with it. So
In my infinite free time, I'll fix it.
yeah. Well, I mean, I could get that one going and then sell that for I don't know, $100 easily.
Yeah.
But the
Mr.
biggest
Wheeling and Dealing.
problem is that old John Deere, getting that one running again, that's going to be a problem.
You have to scan in parts when you install them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
John
then
Deere.
just make sure John Deere's okay with it.
Boo.
No, this is before they did any of that bullshit.
Yeah.
That's
This
crazy.
thing is old as snot.
Mhm.
You know what they say? Nothing runs
Mm-hmm.
like a deer.
Man,
I'm sponsored by them.
because they pay me every time I say it.
Oh, and by the way, it was the Glenfarclas is what I was going to recommend. I like the Glenfarclas, like 21 or the 25, like per year. They're on the cheaper side if you're going just like by the year count, and they are quite delicious. If you want a Highland, it is exactly what I imagine a Highland to taste like. So if you're in the mood for a Highland, that's the one I recommend.
Okay.
Or the 21's probably the way to go. But they also make a weird 23, which you can sometimes find, and it's like the same price as the 21, which is interesting. So the 25 is a lot more expensive than both of them for some reason. Something about years. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a whiskey snob or whatever you guys want to call yourselves, connoisseur. So I don't know shit about shit with them. I just know I like good sweet whiskeys.
Sweet ones, huh?
Eagle Rare seems to be your
Mhm.
favorite.
Well, I like that Caribou Crossing. I know a lot of people dislike it, but
It's hard to find up here.
I haven't even tried that.
It's really good.
tasty. It's
really
a
good.
nice sweet one. Yeah, if you're into a sweet
It's a bourbon.
It's a Canadian whiskey.
whiskey. Yeah,
Canadian whiskey.
Canuck
huh?
whiskey. Yeah,
Wow.
made by the guys who make Blanton. So
Okay.
distilled in the same factory and everything.
If I get anything from Canada, it has to be probably Whistle Pig. I am a huge Whistle Pig fan. And when we're talking about the spicy cigars, that's what I like to drink with my spicy cigars. They have a rye that's their piggyback, which is a more recent one that they did. It's a 6-year rye that has a lot of sweet notes to it. So if you're looking for a rye that's easier to get into, that one. And they sell it at Costco at times, so you can get it super cheap. Same with if you need some Johnny Walker Blue, they were selling it at $200.
They got some
over at
fantastic
Costco.
deals over there sometimes.
And up here, it's $300 for
yeah.
Johnny Walker
Well,
Blue.
I was talking to the owners of Allocated about that not too long ago, and they brought that up, saying Costco was selling it cheaper than they could buy it wholesale.
Well, it's because how much does Costco buy of it? And how much do
is
they buy of it?
Costco's the largest liquor retailer in the United States.
Yeah, they control the
They control
wine
the
market of the U.S.
Yeah, they control the whole market.
Well, I mean, of the whole U.S. They control what sells for wine. They buy so much of it or sell so much of it that they can do whatever they want.
What's your favorite kind of wine?
The stuff that's still in the bottle. I don't drink wine, man.
No?
It gives me heartburn.
Really?
Yeah.
What about you, Dakota? What's your favorite type of wine?
I like a really solid road blend, which is Cabernet and like a lesser, like a sweeter red mixed in together.
Yeah.
Or I just like cabs in general.
Have you ever tried the Juggernaut?
What?
It's a red blend, I believe, or it's either a cab or a red blend. I tried it and I thought it was pretty good.
Costco?
I don't think that one was a Costco.
Okay.
I think that was a brown juggy one. That was pretty good. Me, I like the white wine probably more. I like the Sauvignon Blanc is what I've been getting into. Smells like rubber, tastes like fruit, and it's so good. I had that with that
really
seafood buffet thing. Oh, it's so tasty. Anything to do. Yeah, no, I like that one a lot. Me gusta.
Well, back when I did have some wine, whatever's the sweeter wine, Canadian whiskey,
Yeah,
freaking
sweet
sweet stuff. But I've had so much, sweet stuff. I've screwed up my digestion, which wine gives me just absolutely terrible heartburn. Whiskey too. I mean, but I can suffer through the whiskey for a hot minute and then be okay. But wine, I can't. No,
Just more Mai
constant.
Tais. More Mai
Just
Tais.
keeps going with the heartburn, just discomfort all around. So I say screw it. No more wine for me.
I can't say I really buy a whole lot of wine.
I've had a lot of wine go through my house before.
Yeah.
Mom.
Yeah, I buy it for the holidays. That's one of my favorite things to do with like family, like get together with family, get some wine. Like my mom's more of like, I'm gonna buy this. She like buys the box stuff.
Yeah,
and then I go in and bring in the nice stuff. She's like, oh, thank you.
This is back when she still lived up here.
Yeah.
Back in what was it, like the 90s to the early 2000s, and you know, she drank wine back then more so than she does nowadays. But learned a good trick with box wine is that if you're ever going camping, you take box wine, drink the wine the night before you go to sleep, and use the bag as a pillow.
Oh, that's convenient.
Yeah.
Got a boat of pillow. Boat of pillow.
Boat of pillows. So it works out pretty well. Just you got to drink a whole box of wine.
One more time on the cigars.
It's time.
This time, I mean,
You are
definitely.
getting about to half.
I'm
Maybe
halfway.
You're getting a little over, but that's about half.
I'm past.
I was looking at Dakota's. Dakota's down to.
He's taking off his second band there. I took off the first one.
Yeah, mine's fully nude.
Mellowed out. I had to blow through it. Get a little bit of tar buildup. Ooh, excuse me, tar buildup. So I went ahead and blew through it, calmed it down. Perfect. That baking spice is still really prevalent in it, but it's calmed to it's changed, I guess, not calmed down. It's changed to a point where it's enjoyable. You know, it's not a in your face so much. The retrohale, let me.
Right, man.
I'm gonna blow you.
I mean, it's nothing now, not compared to that first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You saw me when I was.
Oh God! Rip, you died, Dakota. You came back to life.
You sat there and had a existential crisis almost. You know?
All right, Dakota. Tell us.
The pepper in the background is amping up. It's not really tar buildup as I would associate it as such. It's starting to amp back up, but the cigar's hot, so I'm gonna let it sit for a few minutes, kind of cool down, go back to it. But up until this point, I really enjoyed it. Now it's getting unenjoyable.
Oh, and I've only ashed the once too, so that's
thanks, Chad.
Pretty good. No, I mean pretty good so far for holding things together.
Yeah, I mean it is like a higher end cigar, so it should have.
Well, some of them have just fallen apart on us, and they've been very good cigars, very good quality, but they just were
Reminds me of the fucking Gurkha Ghost, where they were just like mushrooming and like exploding.
Well, yours was,
but they tasted so good.
They were so delicious.
We still have them.
I know.
Yep.
Yeah,
I want to keep on board just in case.
Guilty pleasure.
All right, I'm still I don't know, for anyone who may not have been here before, I am smoking the tea from AJ Fernandez, Matt Booth, and what was the guy again?
Caldwell. It's a Caldwell cigar.
This is a Caldwell cigar, but I can't remember that dude's name. I remember the other people's names, so sorry about that. But after the half, so this would be starting probably second half here. I know we're supposed to do thirds, I think, but the reason why I brought it up was the flavor profile has honestly become more complex, slightly less on the smooth side.
Okay.
But I am getting just a bunch of different stuff going on in there. I'm having a hard time picking it out. I kind of not the greatest at picking out flavors out of cigars. I more of enjoy like I like the flavor or I don't like the flavor. It doesn't necessarily have to do with whether it's the strength I normally don't care about, or the pepper. It's the flavor that's what determines whether I'm like enjoying it or not. And this is really good flavor. It's just a bit more complex now. I had that with like a slight cocoa. It still has that a little bit, but it's more earthy in your face now.
This guy's saying he can't pick out flavors, and look at what he's going.
I only had one flavor. I couldn't pick out other stuff.
It's got a little bit of cocoa. It's got that earthiness.
But I'm not tasting it.
No, I am getting that slight earthy smoke flavor. But it's good. I honestly, I don't know which I'm preferring. The smoothness and the like real easy smokability of the first half. I was really enjoying that, but now I can kind of like focus on the cigar a little bit more. Yeah, no, and it's pairing well. I mean, I don't know if I've had cigars that do not pair good with Isla Scotch though, so that's kind of
fair.
I'm a bit of a, I guess, biased, slight bias on that.
Yeah, I mean, there hasn't been much out there that I've heard negative on a Caldwell cigar. So
Also, Caldwell's got a sense of humor.
I sure hope so.
Some of his cigars, that's good pork.
Yeah,
Some of his cigars have like these wacky names and themes to them, and he's the dude on the cover of them, like the bands and stuff. And he makes extreme fun of himself. It's great.
That is good.
Yeah,
that's what I do.
I know a lot of cigar companies seem to be very pretentious.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah.
I think more and more lately, though, I've seen like
more laid back
companies. Yeah, have been getting a little bit looser with the newer companies, I should say. Like you got the standard classics like not AJ, Arturo Fuente and Perdomo. Yeah, they all have that
aristocrat
essence of them that I don't think they're ever going to get away from, even if they do kind of try to loosen it up, because this is just going to be a staple of who they are, and it's kind of like their brand of it. But you got freaking Room 101 with the freaking Miami Snow with the snowman on the front who looks angry as hell. And what's Miami Snow? The cocaine.
Cocaine.
I remember Mike was reviewing that, and he's like, I could see this after having a hard night in Miami the next morning with some bacon and eggs. I was like, okay.
And then this Johnny Tobacco Seed. I mean, they got a nice, fun, looser image.
Yeah.
So a lot of companies out there that are growing a little bit more nowadays are relaxed. They're not selling to the same crowd that they used to anyway. So yeah, it's they got to move with the times.
Yeah, a bunch of hipsters like us.
Hipster, me? No.
Do you have a favorite pretentious cigar?
I don't know if you call it pretentious, but the Oliva Cervi Milanio.
That's a solid cigar. What's your favorite shape for that one?
Torpedo, probably.
Yeah, the Figurado, or however it's pronounced. Yeah. I should know how to pronounce these terms, but thank you, dyslexia. Have fun with that. If you ever have it.
What about you? What's your favorite pretentious cigar?
Probably something from Plasencia.
Does that have a cool name?
I think it's her anniversario.
Plasencia?
Yep. Yeah, the Placenta cigars.
Yeah, the Placenta cigars.
It's just a fun word to say.
Yeah, I mean, you got to eat it, right?
I should have known.
Plasencia, they're
I've never even
tried a little bit higher end. The one I liked but didn't like of theirs was that oh man, it has a lot of leather in it.
They all
not. This one seemed to have like just overboard with it, but it wasn't the worst thing in the world. It was more than I expected. But they do really well. The last one I had of theirs, what was that, Hexagon one of theirs? In the black box. Fantastic.
I wanted to try that. That would have been a great pretentious cigar.
It is a pretentious cigar for sure. Just because the price, you can hoity-toity around with it.
Shape,
but thanks, Bruce, for handing me one when I was down in Florida a couple of years back, or last year. It was a great cigar, just easy, relaxing, even though it's a really thick, heavy, darker cigar. So. What'd you say?
All right, mine. You ready for this?
Yeah.
It's got to go Davidoff. I'm a big fan of the Davidoff stuff, but specifically, it's the Churchill. Their Churchill line, the late hour. Oh my gosh, that one's so good. I don't know if you ever tried that one.
That one is pretty good.
Yeah. So Davidoff, the Churchill, the late hour, and you got to get it in the Churchill size too. Otherwise, it doesn't count.
I have had that one. That's quite good.
Well,
It's aged in a. I think it's a. Was it a bourbon barrel?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
well, I think we're coming up on an hour now. We're a little bit past our usual ending time,
Yeah.
but that's because we started a little bit late. But it also sounds like next door is popping off pretty heavily.
Yeah.
So I think we should probably start wrapping this up. Chip, you're the only one that's really said anything this time. Let's check Instagram real quick. I don't think anybody's.
I don't think anyone's really said much of anything
On the gram?
my
Oh, we
God.
got Bruce. Ah, there
Hey,
he is,
Bruce.
buying a little smoke.
Bruce is there.
Yeah, I can't see previous comments.
Uh,
Instagram.
Smokeshual.
Yep. That's that guy right there.
Oh, that's me. Absolutely.
And so I guess we got two names to choose from, unless more people pop in with some comments to win the
I thought we had
Fifth
another
Avenue
one on there.
Cigars.
Was it only Chip?
It's only Chip, yeah.
Really? Are you sure?
I'm pretty positive, yeah. Chip and Bruce. You might have seen the StreamYard thing.
Maybe
Yeah.
that's what I saw. Maybe that's what I saw.
Well, thank you
So
for.
yeah, we'll hit that up again. And I can't remember if Carlos already won one. If he did win one, then we're gonna choose another name off this list.
He doesn't want
Actually, before we go, real quick, Chip, if you're still there, what is your favorite pipe tobacco? I need to know this because I am definitely probably my favorite one would be the Blood Moon.
Blood Moon.
Yeah, that's probably my favorite by Colt. Oh, it's so cherry-licious. It's an aromatic. I know it might be kind of a weenie for some people, but it's my favorite aromatic by far.
Huh.
Fine. The Presbyterian mixture. I'm gonna put that in my phone right now, and I'll probably order some. Let's see.
All right.
Presbyterian mixture.
Well, on that high note, we'll see you guys on the first Saturday of next month with a little bit more preparation, and we'll pop it off. And
hopefully the mics work well next time.
yeah, they did now, but yeah, don't use Amazon cabling. That was a bitch to hunt down. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you on the first Saturday of next month, and yeah, have a great night, guys, gals, people.
Bye, everybody.
Oh, we can have outro videos.
Yeah.